US-based Grenadian doctor cites vaccination as one of the most effective tools against COVID-19. Details to this story and more in the National Report. Welcome back. With the details to the news for Friday, September 24th, 2021, I am Sherry Ann Noel. The rapid increase in COVID-19 positive cases in Grenada has caught the attention of US-based Grenadian physician Dr. Philip Bonaparte, who spent a few days on island this week lending his assistance to the medical team. Being on the ground for the past week, Dr. Bonaparte says he recognizes the valiant efforts of the medical team. He echoed the sentiments of Health Minister Honorable Nicholas Steele and Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles about the importance of getting vaccinated as the only effective tool to fight the virus.
Over 5 billion doses of vaccine have been given worldwide. You let that register to the mind of most. That means that it's closer to about 3 billion people who have been vaccinated. Right? You do the math, and the likelihood of death is minuscule. People have a much higher chance getting in the car that they've purchased to transport them and dying from a car accident, or taking a plane and crashing, than the complications that we see from HIV, from COVID, which is COVID-19, as opposed to someone getting the vaccine. And I understand, and there's a lot of folks talking, and you'll see a lot of videos. Believe you me, the vast majority, if 99.9% of them, are not based on true facts. It's distorted.
The COVID-19 virus, he says, mutates in infected people, making it more difficult to control.
One of the things we know about the virus is that it will keep on going. It will keep on the cycle. And every time it infects someone who is not vaccinated, it will mutate. It will keep mutating because it's survival of the fittest. And I'm here to say today that if you can stop that cycle, you can break that cycle. If you can get vaccinated, look, do the things that you're doing now, but the protection you have, it is safe.
Dr. Bonaparte says the Delta variant has the ability to replicate and cause infections throughout the body that is by far greater than anything he has seen before in his medical profession. He says complementary medicine cannot fight the virus, and people need to get tested, get vaccinated, and follow the protocols.
That's the reason why the rapidity and the quickness, because people, you just heard they were just diagnosed with COVID and they're dying within a day or two. What's the challenge here? I believe in what we call complementary medicine. Some people may say alternative medicine. I grew up with my mom running to the backyard and boiling bush and giving me the drink. Let me just say this. I have not seen any bush, no matter what anyone tell you, that will cure COVID. And I know doctors in the community will say, well, just give you hydroxychloroquine or a drug we call Plaquenil that we use for other condition and other arthritis, other types of arthritis. That does not cure it. Believe you me, those folks will have gotten better with or without it. What we know works is prevention.
Moving along, Carriacou recorded 2 additional COVID-related deaths on Friday, taking the number of COVID-19 related deaths on the island to 3. The eldest known female on the island, Ms. Lenora Massimo Noel, age 119, and Mr. Jacob Blaze, age 86-year-old resident of the Tophill Senior Citizens Home, add to the latest statistics. Ms. Noel and Mr. Blaze were 2 of 3 most recent COVID-19 hospitalized patients receiving care and close monitoring at the Princess Royal Hospital. Minister for Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, Honorable Kindra Maturin Stewart, extended condolences to the families on behalf of the Government of Grenada and her constituents.
Gone is Mr. Joe Blaze, 89 years of age. He is a resident of the Tophill Senior Citizens Home. that was recently admitted to the Princess Royal Hospital for treatment of his COVID-19 symptoms. Also, we would have lost Miss Massima Noel, age 119. Miss Massima also was warded at the Princess Royal Hospital. She was warded there on the 13th of September after contracting the COVID virus and after experiencing some of the symptoms related thereto. Both Massima and Mr. Job would have succumbed early this morning. And so it is with a great sense of sadness and heartache that I express deepest condolences and sympathies to the family of both Miss Noel and Mr. Blaze.
Honorable Marjorie Stewart said she is saddened by their passing, knowing that the medical team at the Princess Royal Hospital is leaving no stone unturned in dealing with COVID-19 hospitalized patients.
She was our gem, our national treasure. And having celebrated 119 years recently was truly a remarkable milestone for her and for the community of Leicester and for the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. And so her passing had really thrown the entire island of Carriacou and Petite Martinique in a state of deep shock and mourning. It is very unfortunate that Massima died as a result of COVID. As she would have indicated to us on many occasions, she went through many trials. She would have went through Hurricane Ivan, Hurricane Janet, and many other trials, and she was able to survive. However, she was not able to survive with COVID-19.
Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell is deeply saddened by the passing of the persons believed to be Grenada's oldest citizen, Miss Lenora Massima Noel. Receiving news of her passing, the Prime Minister said, "It is unfortunate that we are losing so many of our senior citizens to this dreaded disease. They are among the most vulnerable and we have to do our best to protect them from the virus. I pray that Sister Lenora finds eternal peace." The Prime Minister extends his sympathy to the family and friends of Miss Noel. He also extended condolences to the families of the many other Grenadians who have now lost their lives due to COVID-19. Teams of medical professionals and volunteers will fan out into the various communities again this weekend to test and vaccinate people with a choice of either the Pfizer or AstraZeneca vaccine. The teams will be in various parts of St. Patrick, St. Andrew, St. John, and St. David. There will also be mobile visits to nursing homes as well as home visits. In the first of two No Movement weekends, close to 2,000 people were vaccinated. Meanwhile, there is a call for Grenadians to pay particular attention to their health as the number of people living with comorbidities is very high. Those were the sentiments of visiting Grenadian US-based physician Dr. Philip Bonaparte during an interview with the GIS on Thursday. Dr. Bonaparte says with the present crisis now on hand with the rise in COVID-19 positive cases, people with comorbidities are at higher risk of running into complications, especially if they are not yet vaccinated.
Comorbidities speak to you have underlying hypertension, you didn't do anything to get it, your genes. Most of Grenadians with high blood pressure, if they go and take a history, a family history, you will find that some other person in the family, close family, immediate or short, extended family, have had or treated with hypertension. The second one is diabetes. These put you at risk. And the third, which in some cases is maybe the number one, is overweight. And I'm talking about obesity. And I could tell you with one look through the ward, almost every single one that I've seen have had one, two, or all three of those comorbidities. These increase your risk of complication and death from COVID.
He pointed out that there needs to be a clear-cut plan if people with comorbidities test positive for the virus and stay at home.
Folks, we've been sharing all sort of misinformation and disinformation about COVID, the treatment, and against the vaccine. Here's an opportunity so you can make a difference. Spread truth. Spread what will make a difference. Spread the good news and share with your friend. When people are talking out of their head, challenge them and say, that's not true, or I don't believe that, or show me your proof, show me the evidence. And I'm here to tell you, a lot of folks who say they're scientists, they've never treated one COVID patient, yet they become experts. I love the scientists. They do great work. But those that oppose what the method and what we're doing today, they're distracting you. Don't be confused. Stay focused. It's your life. You have one life to live. Do everything in your power to stay alive.
This is the National Report. The news returns after the break. Welcome back. Work is in progress on the building that will house the St. David Fire Station. Government in the first quarter of 2021 identified a structure that once housed a medical station in the area to be retrofitted and expanded for that purpose. The contract has been awarded to Hayden Smart of Smart Construction Services to the tune of $800,000. On Friday, Hayden gave the GIS an overview of the scope of work that is being carried out.
All the demolition is completed. The excavation is completed. So now the preparation for the garage is being made. We had a setback with the two poles that is in the way where the garage for the fire station is. One pole was granite and one pole was floor. So we had a 3-week setback because we expected them to move the poles before work began, but they didn't. So we started the work, but granite only moved the pole yesterday and floor is on removing theirs today.
On completion, Smart says the building will be so equipped to adequately house a team of firemen and women to execute duties within the parish.
We're doing a garage to house the fire truck, and we'll be converting the old surgery where we'll be housing the firemen. We'll have 7 beds, 2 bathrooms, a male bathroom and a female bathroom. Each bathroom includes 2 toilets and 2 offices. And a car park.
At present, there are 10 men employed with the project that is due to be completed by the first quarter of 2022. And finally, in the news this evening, the Ministry of Finance says the government's $36 million COVID-19 economic stimulus support package is gaining momentum with more than 900 applications currently being processed. The Stimulus Support Package 2.0 was launched in August as a continuation of government's efforts to bring relief to those most impacted by the pandemic. The disbursement of payments to successful applicants is scheduled to commence within the coming week. The stimulus package includes various cash transfer programs such as seed, protection for the vulnerable population working in the informal sectors, direct support for the nation's youth through the expansion of the Youth Entrepreneurship Program, support to the National Insurance Scheme, Unemployment Benefit Program, and payroll support to the Formal Sector Employment Program, among others. It also gives grants to micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises under the Small Business Development Fund or the COVID-19 Support Fund facility, which is administered by the Grenada Development Bank. Interested persons are invited to contact the CES Secretariat via telephone number 440-2731 or 416-0097 or email covideconomicstimulus@gmail.com. And with that story, come to the end of the National Report for Friday, September 24th, 2021. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Sharia Noel, thanking you for viewing.